Hello, woodchucks and farmers. Welcome back to Oceanside Forest, where I'm starting today by trying to hook up to the header. Still got many trees around here. Many trees. Let's go ahead and detach the back end of the header trailer. And now I need to kind of position this so I can get around the JCB. And also try not to hit any trees, but that's going to be kind of difficult to do here. We got some sorghum fields to harvest, and then we're done for harvesting for the season, sadly, because, well, the chickens and ducks are multiplying extremely fast. And it appears that we don't have enough feed for them for another year, but we'll deal with that later on. One step at a time. Should be able to lower that down. Combine is unfolded as well. All right, let's get a harvest on in. So, I don't know how much we're going to get off this field, but we get what we get. I have been busy in between episodes. I just finished cutting down, hang on a second, I can tell you how many we cut down since I've been on here. Probably like 100, yeah, I'm going to say like 100 trees. Where do we got to go here? On down here. Okay, 152 trees I cut down today. Not too bad, and cleared them all out, picked them on up, brought them over to the sawmill. Currently there's over 600,000 liters of wood in the sawmill, but as we know now, the sawmill pretty much handles itself. So I just drop the wood in. It sells the wood beams, the long planks, and just regular beams straight away. The bark mulch gets sold directly. The wood chips get brought on over to the fuel refinery, and that is made into fuel, compost, and methane. The fuel and methane are made into electricity, which is sold directly, and the compost is sold directly. So I just drop the wood off and then I'm done with it. Just wash my hands of it and done with it. We don't need it for anything. Even the money at this point, don't think really need it for anything. But today's jobs, as you can see, as you know, we're harvesting first, and then we're going to move right on to the month of September. Not October. I don't want to go that far just yet. But September, we're going to go ahead and plant. Let's see, that's going to be kind of forgot. It's going to be wheat up on the hillside field, the one that behind the chickens. So we're going to be planting wheat in that field up there with our Fent tractor, and we're going to see how it handles going up the hill. I've been told the big bud will handle going up the hill. It's not a horsepower problem. I think it's a traction problem. I think the big buds can have 3 wheels on each side of the axle. So, I mean, a total of 12 wheels. I don't know if that is more traction than what the Fent will have. I'm not too sure. But we'll see how the Fent handles. And also someone did say that, you know, maybe time to get another harvester. Don't think so. Currently we only have 3 fields plus these 2. And this combine has no problem keeping up with what we have. In the distant future, if we do need 3 million liters of crop a year for yield, and the fields do get bigger, then possibly, you know. And also same thing with the seed drill. We don't need a bigger seed drill as of yet. Oh wow, from up here you can really see that road now going from the power lines up to the hillside field. That's a nice little road going up there. I've been up and down it a couple times, but haven't been up on this side of the hill to get a good view of it. Can we see? No, we can't see over there. Too many trees in the way. Trees everywhere. Actually, this is filling up rather nice in the sorghum. I thought I was going to be able to maybe get all of it into the combine, but I'm already 50% full. So there's no way I'm going to get both sides in, so I will have to grab the grain trailer, which is I'm happy about. The more grain, the better. I kind of forgot how much grain we need currently per year for the chickens and ducks, but trying to keep track of that's not going to matter because they're reproducing. That number is just going to keep on going up. So yeah, we'll just feed the ducks and chickens as we go along. If we can't feed them, we'll sell them. That's the current plan. And once we get the first pens, one of ducks, one of chickens, we'll just keep those in there until we can sustain feeding those animals, the 4,000 birds. And then we can we should be able to easily calculate how much we need for a total of 4 pens, so on and so forth, per year. So hopefully I'm getting there slowly but surely by cutting down another 150 trees over there. I'm not going to get to plowing it today. I'll probably wait to plow it until next spring, or maybe during the winter. We'll see how far we get in that field anyways. But I will show you how it looks like over there with another 150 trees being gone. So before I go over and harvest the other side of the power lines, I think it'll be just a good idea to go ahead and unload. I already got the McCormick over here with a mulcher. So I believe the other winter wolf is going to be probably at the silo. Yes, it is. Right, let's go unload our beautiful combine. Yeah, at some point, I still got to come down here and cut some more trees to make room for more pens. Now, since I've been talking about, can we hit, 20,000 chickens, or sorry, 10,000 chickens, 10,000 birds, 20,000 birds in total. Yeah, some people are saying it's probably going to be difficult, which, yeah, it's going to be. But if we can't reach it, some have said maybe 5,000 a piece of ducks and chickens. Some people just said just do 2,000 ducks and do 10,000 chickens. Because originally I think it was 10,000 chickens I said on the series. It's been a while now, but I believe that's what I said. But we're shooting for 20,000 at this point. We're going to go for it. We're going to try it. A couple of other suggestions were, don't bother cutting down the trees, just delete them. That kind of, to me, gets around the challenge of going from forestry to a chicken farm. Because if I just delete them, there's not a lot, where's the work going into clearing out the fields? So the forestry part is part of it, for sure. Even though you're not seeing that much of it, because I'm doing a lot of it off camera, because, wait, how long have I been on this, how long have I been doing it today so far? I think getting close to 2 hours. Okay, I am at 2 hours. I probably took about a 20-minute break, though, after cutting down the trees and started recording, so, yeah, I've been in the game 2 hours already, cutting down the 150 trees and getting them transported over to the sawmill. So making an episode of me clearing out an area like someone else has suggested, I don't think that, that'll be just like an hour of me just sitting in the tree harvester cutting down trees. Which, I mean, people did watch me drive from Seattle, Washington down to Palm Coast, Florida in ATS in a 3.5 hour video. So maybe me sitting in the tree harvester for an hour just cutting down trees, people will like that. But I think in Farming Simulator, it's more of mixing up the jobs each episode, not just do one job consistently throughout the episode, because then it gets could get kind of boring to most people. That's why today we're doing a little bit of harvesting. Ooh, wait, what am I? Oh, yeah, there's didn't realize I was already at the pole. I didn't realize that the bush was hiding most of the pole at the base. But that's why we're harvesting at the beginning and getting into seeding here in just a little while. I don't think I'll have time for anything else. If I do have time for anything else, we're going to go ahead and grab the McCormick and zip up and down these fields right here. These need to be mulched because the sorghum fields that we harvested need barley put into them. And fall is the time to plant the barley. So we should end up with about 30, well, maybe not 30,000 liters. Yeah, I'm going to say 30,000 liters of sorghum off these two fields, which isn't bad. This was the only area that we did not have to clear cut out of trees when we came here to Oceanside. Obviously, the trees are nowhere near the power lines. You don't want trees near the power lines because when they fall, land on the power lines. Well, we all know what happens when that happens. I mean, it's just a big disaster when nowadays when people don't have electricity for more than 5 minutes. Everyone panics. Alright, now back down this way and we'll unload into our trailer. And the combine can go right back to the farm. Like I said, we are done harvesting for this year. And of course, next year should be a lot better because the hillside field up there, we didn't do anything to that field this year. And of course, it's a lot bigger than it was last year. And last year, it was actually two separate fields. Now it's one big field multiplied by 2 or 3 times the size. And every field will have a crop in it next year, even that field over there. That field over there will be sorghum next season. But we can't plant sorghum till April. So I got all the way to April to keep cutting down and making that field as big as we possibly can. That's all I'm really doing in between episodes. Just keep cutting down as many trees as I can that I got time for, and expand. Expand, expand, expand. But after kind of seeing what we'll be doing on harvest and what it looks like we're going to need for 20,000 birds, yeah, 3 million liters of yield off the fields. It's getting, when I start thinking about and calculating the number of fields or the size of the fields that we need, it's starting to wear a little bit on my brain. It's like, you know what, let's just go with it. Just keep going with it. Everything's fine-ish. And we'll see how far we get. It's kind of like on Solyndra. I mean, there's a challenge or a goal that we set. We were doing horses on that map, and the horses just really didn't pay out at all. But we still had fun doing the series. All right, let's go ahead and turn off the combine header. And we'll pull up the Winter Wolf. We'll grab the crop out of it. Let's see here. Let's go around like this. And get it pointed in the direction that we need to go. I don't know how much we have in the combine, but let's see. That's 20,000 liters. So I said about 30. Fingers crossed, we'll get up to 30. I need to cut down the trees between the road going up to the hillside road, or hillside field, that road, and over by the other chicken coop, so I can fit at least 2 more down there. I think I can fit 4 more in the yard that's already open. And that is if we go for the 20,000 birds. Like I said, I may get to like 12,000 birds and be like, all right, this is going to be too much. And also, depends on how the series is doing by then. I mean, if the views start dropping, then of course, the series will have to come to an end at some point. But we will at least get to the 10,000 birds, for sure. We'll dump this on in here. So we did get 31,104 liters of sorghum off those fields. Very nice. All right, let's go grab or hop back into the combine. All right, let me fold in the header. Okay, now we just got to do the hokey pokey between the trees. Thought I had plenty of room, actually, when I parked the header there. No, that's going to hit the JCB. Thought I had plenty of room to wiggle the combine and header out of here, but apparently it was just enough room, isn't it? Just enough. If the auger pipe also would fold up, that'd be nice. All right, let's see if I got everything folded correctly. And when I pull up to this, hopefully we'll get the trigger. Hey, we actually got it right the first time. All right, and the JCB is just about lined up as well. But I probably have to get out of the trigger zone because it's... Nope, actually it's right there. There we go. We got the header. All right, let's snake that out of there. We'll bring this back to the farm. I probably should bring this over to the workshop because I don't remember repairing it last season. I may have. As long as I get the JCB in the work zone, I think it'll connect to everything. Yes. Let's see, the prototype header repair for 130 bucks. We'll do that. And the JCB, while we're here, is $20. Yeah, the cart doesn't need any repairing at all. So cheap repairs, I like that. Let's go put the header... Actually, before we put the header away, we should actually be washing it as well. So let's give that a quick rinse. I can't help myself when it comes to washing the vehicles in Farming Simulator. I mean, technically, you just need to sit there with a pressure washer on it, and I'll wash it. I need to move it around to make it actually feel like I'm actually washing it for some reason. Alright, that looks good. And we'll give the JCB just a quick rinse. It's a little bit dirty. Not a whole lot. Alright, now we can go put this away in the shed. And the good thing about the shed is an open air shed, so it can dry in the elements other than the sun beating on it. Got a nice whole shed all to itself. I really don't park anything else over here. Alright, there we go. Let's grab the combine next. And let's fold up the combine, which is the ladder just kind of goes over. Auger pipe does not fold in. I suppose, though, where that would fold in, for the length of the auger pipe, then the auger pipe will be sticking way out on the right-hand side quite a bit. So that'd be a little bit weird. And this doesn't need that much repair either. We only got 2.5 hours on the combine. So we're not, it's not taking us long to harvest, so that's why I was saying earlier, we don't need another combine yet. It's not taking us long to actually harvest the fields. In the future, it could be. Alright, I'm guessing like $560 to repair this. Or $13.44. Close enough. And good enough. The $92.50. Make sure we get this nice and clean. Probably should be washing it outside of the garage area, but yeah. Good enough. Alright, then I'll just back it in all the way to its shed. And then actually I can just shut the doors because we're not spraying for weeds. At least not yet. We probably will when October comes. But honestly, I can do it any time because that's got narrow tires on it. Alright, and then close the doors on up. And let's see, anything else? So the McCormick is kind of sitting in the road, but that's fine. We're the only ones here. Everything else is up and running. The animals should be fine on the feed. Shouldn't have to worry about them at all. Yeah, so how is the sawmill? I mean, the sawmill should be more than capable of going through that. It's already gone through 500,000 liters. And yeah, everything's going to be sold. Firewood, production buildings are just there to get rid of the product. That's all they're really there for. They were there for in the beginning to earn us some money, but now we really don't need the cash. But it's not going to hurt to have some more. Let's go ahead and go to bed and wake up at 8 a.m. in September. And we're going to grab our Fendt tractor along with our air cart. And we'll drill in some wheat up on the hill. Oh, don't be raining. Okay, thank you. I don't want to drill in the rain. Oh, we're up to $7 million in the bank account. That's always nice. Let's scooch way up here. So it's the Fendt 1167 MT. That is the model number of the tractor. Alright, so before I forget, let me just scooch on over here and take a peek around the corner. So the plowed area is where we were at, and now you can kind of see with 150 trees removed, or whatever the number was that I just showed you earlier on. That's the number of trees I've removed from up here. So yeah, we are expanding. I'm almost up at to where the road kind of does like a little zigzag up there for some reason. And I'm trying to think, I think I may actually start just going on the other side of the road over here and kind of clearing that out, and we'll merge it together and maybe get the road pushed over a little bit, possibly. But it's relatively flat all the way up through here. It's starting to go uphill a little bit there, but I don't think that'll cause a problem with our 60-foot header. It's a slight incline, so yeah, I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue. But yeah, we'll just keep cutting down trees. Like I said, all the way to April. We'll see how far we get. But I may go ahead and cut down this little section over here. And yeah, just to mix it up a little bit for myself. Got to keep itself interesting for me as I'm in the tractor for a couple of hours cutting down trees. But it's so satisfying when I get down to like the last handful of trees after cutting down 150. Basically, I circle around the area that I want to cut, then just, you know, work my way to the inner part of the circle. So when I get down to like the last 5, it's such a relief. Like, oh yeah, we are there. We are there. All right, so air cart first. Oh, I need fertilizer. Why is there no fertilizer in here? I don't remember why. Why am I out of fertilizer? Does anyone know? Oh, that's right, because when I was planting the sorghum up at the power lines, I did run out of fertilizer. And it was such a small little strip, I said I'm not going to worry about it. Alright. Alright, so that's for seed. Alright, so I got to wait for it to open up to the seed section of the cart. I better top it off. I don't think I'll need this much, but nothing's going to suck more than get up there and find out I was short by 10% on the seed. Now, go over to the fertilizer, but it's not going to fill, right? No, got to back up. Which is fun when you got a whole bunch of articulating compartments back there. But at least now without the versatile, the tractor's not articulated along with the air cart and the tank. Alright, so now it should fill up with fertilizer. Now, I may need fertilizer later on when we get to planting this field up here. I don't know how much we're going to be taking. So some of this field up here previously was a field, and most of it is a new field. So we'll see how much fertilizer it takes. Although I think it's going to take quite a bit. Being a cereal crop, it's going to take quite a bit. All right, so this might be the first time you guys have been up this field, or up this road. I put this in rather quickly. But this is, I think this is better than trying to go up the slight incline at a slant up behind the silo and up between the trees. Yeah, even though I'm not drilling, the fent is like, all right, this is a steep grade. Actually, it's not that steep. What is it, like a 20% grade? Possibly. We'll see how we're going to do the field here in just a moment. When we harvest the field up and down, not a problem with the combine, but the drill's not liking it. Didn't like it with the versatile, and I don't think it's going to like it with the fent either. Although the fent did perform a little bit better in some areas over the versatile. That's why I'm trying to stick to relatively flat land if we can. Let's get rid of all this lime that's here. Well, we're not getting rid of it. We're actually just putting it into the ground more. But it looks like a winter wonderland happened up here. Oh yeah, probably should put this as on wheat. That'd be helpful as well. There we go. And we are off. So you can kind of see where it was a field and where the new field is. Where it was a field, you're going to see some stubble because we didn't mulch. And you're going to see some weeds growing as well. Now it's a somewhat oddly shaped field, and the reason why this field is here, if you weren't around for that, this is part of the map to where it was kind of open here. There was maybe 15 trees in this section of the field. I'm going to hit that tree, aren't I? Of course I am. Yeah. Not paying attention. And I already got a disaster on hand. Let's push the cart over like that. There we go. This is why you can't have trees next to the field, Peanut. You got to start making sure you leave yourself enough space. Yeah, so this hill right here had about 15 trees in it, and it was mostly open. In the early stages, we were just like, well, we're trying to get as much field as we can, and here it was. I was not thinking I was going to have that much of a issue going uphill with a drill. Let's see how this Fent performs. I mean, yeah, you saw it going up the hill without drilling, and it dropped down some speed, so I'm pretty sure going uphill is going to drop speed. So also going to a bigger drill, that's not going to help us out. You know, it's going to help us out on the other fields to get the drilling done quicker. But on the hillside field, going uphill is going to be a slight problem. I could go side to side as well. Maybe after I get the headland done, maybe I'll do that here. We'll see how much we drop in speed. Oh yeah, we are chewing through the fertilizer. So what we may end up buying here, let's see, that's a 4,000 liter capacity. We'll probably grab like an auger cart, chaser bin, whatever you want to call it. Not a big one, just one that holds about 4,000 liters of fertilizer or so. So we can top off our tank. Because I've already gone through 20% of the fertilizer, and I haven't even done a headland yet. Actually, I can spend as much as I want on a chaser bin or an auger cart, just because we got the money, so why be stingy on it? Because I'm probably going to have to refill it more than once. Alright, so going up the hill, I was more focused on the fertilizer and thinking how to do that for some reason. But I think we went up the hill at a decent pace. So yeah, this is going to take a while to get this field done, as you can see. That's why someone said a bigger drill, but I think for now we're fine. But maybe once we get the other field expanded by April, I'll be saying, yep, time to get a bigger drill. And I may not sell this one either, because what we could do by just, buying another air cart drill system, we can go ahead and drill two fields at the same time. Well, I can't do both at the same time, but Frank and Francine sure can. There, now we're back up to our working speed of 11 miles an hour. Let's not hit any more trees today. We've already hit enough. One was enough. I think by the time I get around and complete the first headland, I'm gonna probably have used half of the fertilizer tank. That's one thing I still haven't figured out, and real farmers that have drills like this that can fertilize and seed at the same time, it seems like we go through so much more fertilizer than seed, so why not have a bigger storage tank for the fertilizer over the seed? Or does Farming Simulator just up how much fertilizer we actually use? So maybe in real life, you're not going through that much fertilizer as we are. So I'm guessing the seed tank is what, 9,500 liters probably, and the fertilizer is near 4,000. Yeah, this soil up here doesn't appear to be the best because we are going through, well, the seed rate is, well, okay, as I say that, it switches over to green, but we were at a kind of a high rate for seed droppage per square meter. And that field should not really be going over it all the way over to that corner. when I was plowing the field, I wasn't paying much attention, which I've been doing a lot lately, not paying attention. Watch out for the poles. Yeah, we don't need to actually get right to the edge of the field because it's there. So it didn't take us that long to do one headland. And of course, the more time to go around, the quicker I will because, well, the circle is going to get smaller and smaller as we go. Well, I was kind of close. I said one headland is going to be 50% of the fertilizer. And it pretty much is. Now, next year when I harvest it, I still may use the little access road that we got going down to the silo because it's going to be right there. All right, so while I'm at the top of the hill, let's go into the store. And I haven't done this in ages. Does that hold fertilizer? That holds seed. And is that the symbol for fertilizer? I never really looked at it if that's the symbol for fertilizer. What's the symbol for fertilizer? That is a symbol for fertilizer. Okay, let's go back to that auger. That holds... Do I need something that holds 33,000 liters? Probably not, but I don't think there's going to be anything smaller than that. I mean, it is what it is. Needs 300 horsepower to run it. I thought there were smaller ones than that before. Maybe that was in 19? What else do we got here? It's going to have to be definitely that for sure, right? Manure spreader. It's definitely going to be in that category as an auger wagon. I mean, yeah, we don't need anything bigger than that for darn sure. So, yeah, we'll grab this Bergman right here. Let's see. BKTs probably is what I'm going to like. Verdiston. I kind of like the way that one looks. Can I get... Well, I think they're already wide tires on there. Michelin can give me wide tires. But I don't think we need them. I think the Verdiston tires will go with. Let's go ahead and we'll buy that. And then I'll probably use the JCB to go down. I'm not going to fill it up all the way with fertilizer. But I'll probably put at least 10,000 liters into it. Maybe I'll have to look on the mod hub, see if there's one that's a little bit smaller as well. I don't think I'm going to run out of seed up here, but it's a possibility. And if I got one auger wagon already full of fertilizer, well, then I got to find a way to get seed up here. I know I was talking earlier about putting the seed huts at each field, so I can just go and fill it on up. But I'm trying to do things kind of different. I don't want to do the same thing on every map where I just drive up to a hut and fill it on up. I think it'd be kind of interesting to have. I think, most likely in real life, you'd have a storage area at your main farm, and that's where we're getting it from. You probably wouldn't have it every field. You would definitely drive it there and fill it on up. So I may... In theory, I should make it back around again, because we were at, 48, 49%, and now with the circle getting smaller, I should just about get back to the road, access road, and I can fill up with fertilizer there. Alright, now I'm going to pay attention, because I didn't the first time really, of how we go up the hill here. Although taking a tight corner with an air cart and the drill, not the best way to do it. So working speed is 11. I think with the Versatile, I slowed down to 4. So we did tick down to 5 there just for a moment. So it's performing better. And you know what? It's not that bad at all. But in the future, if we do go with a bigger drill, well, I'll probably just use this drill in this field. If I go with a bigger drill, of course, we'll probably use a big bud or something like that. Get a tractor with 1,000 horsepower. Because a few people have mentioned get the big bud for this series. And there's a lot of different types and models of big buds out there. But of course, I'm pretty sure they assume the big bud. That makes sense. The big bud. Which, from what I remember, the last time I used that was on... Can't remember the name of the map. It was a Georgia map back in 19. Don't remember the name of the map, though. Was it Georgia? I don't think it was called Georgia. I want to say it is Georgia, but... Can't remember the name of the map. And once we get on the flats, this vent pulls the air cart and drill with ease. But this is not the only field we're drilling this fall. We got the barley fields. The power lines will be barley, and of course the harbor field will be barley also. And that's got to be planted this fall. But it feels good to get crop into these new fields. Just because they're bigger, and that's definitely going to help us out. I'm hoping with the amount of fields that we got now that it should be able to take care of the 4,000 birds we'll have next year. %, but we're going to be close enough to the access road to where I shouldn't have to worry about, well, it's not much of a worry, but getting around and filling the cart back up with fertilizer. I am overlapping a little bit, but that's fine. Okay, the soil up here in this corner of the field, not that great for seed. Taking a lot of seed to make sure it germinates correctly. I think, as you can see in the red, it's 420 seeds per meter squared. And when I get into this corner over here, I think it turns green and drops down to 180. So it's, you know, it's less than half of what this part requires. Yeah, 180. Oop, turning too tight with the air cart. The only thing I'll have to make sure of, and if we do go with a bigger air cart and drill, which I'm pretty sure we're going to at some point, I just got to make sure it's a direct drill, because I don't want to have to mulch the fields. Right now, we are mulching the sorghum fields. We don't actually have to. The direct drill will go right over that sorghum stock and replant. Right now, we're just doing it because in real life, I got told that's what farmers do. But as we get more and more work in bigger and bigger fields, I may get away from that. Just like the rolling. We rolled one field, and I probably won't roll a field again. I mean, I probably could hire Frank to do it. But after only gaining 1% increase in yield, yeah, I was kind of like, yep. Not really worth my wear and tear on the tractor and diesel fuel to get an extra 1%. All right, I'm going to park this right here for now. I will open this up. So it's not seed that we're going to want. It's got to go over to the fertilizer. All right, let's grab the JCB. Oh, that's right. We put it right there with the header. Let's go down to the store. We're going to grab the auger wagon, which is way bigger than what we need. We'll come back to the farm, fill it up with 10,000 liters of... Is 10,000 going to be enough? And maybe I'll just fill it halfway-ish. Haven't done any in-cab for a bit, but don't worry. I know some people don't like it. But some people do want to see it, so we'll just do... I don't think we've actually been in the JCB yet, with all nice tinted windows and all that. This is a modded JCB. That should be in the mod link down below, if you're interested in getting the JCB. I did a double check to see how much horsepower this has, and it has 348, and I think the auger wagon requires 300, so we're actually in the zone that we need to be, or over the zone. And this auger wagon actually has a cover over it, so it'll keep the fertilizer dry if it does start to rain. I happen to leave it on outside. Alright, and then, no, solid fertilizer. Yep, start filling it up. I said we'll go half full, but we're going to go 20,000 liters. Put the cover back on. Now, when I go fill up the cart, or the tank at least, I'm not sure if I can put it over the opening where it should go, or do I need to put it into the scoop that the cart has on its own. I haven't done this, like I said, in a long time. But we'll find out when we get up the hill here. Yeah, when you're in third person, like we were coming up with the Fent, the hill doesn't look that steep, or as steep as it does now when you're riding first person. Yeah, maybe it's a good thing I didn't fill this up all the way. JCB may not have gotten up the hill. I wonder if I had asphalt down rather than stone. In real life, that would probably definitely give me better traction. I'm almost sure of it. I don't know if Farming Simulator actually goes that far. All right, let's see. There should be a way to... No, wait, which... Oh, that way. Okay, that way with the mouse. Gotcha. Can I fill this directly? I don't think so. Alright, let me go around this way. I hope this works at all at this point. Alright, like, am I going to push the drill out of the way? Because I can't get... this is great. Alright, what I'm going to have to do here is detach that for a moment. Oh, and it will fill up. Alright, so we got to do it that way, which is fine. And we'll let that fold on up. Let's go over here. And we'll park this right about here for now. Had the beacons on just for fun. Okay, let's back on up to our drill again. And still on wheat. Alright, just making sure it's still on wheat. Get myself kind of squared away. And we're back to drilling in the wheat in the hillside field. I think I'll have enough seed to get the whole field done. But if we don't, maybe I'll grab another an auger cart, and we'll have to put some seed into it and come up here and fill it. But we will find out here in a little while.
To the time when everything was easy to learn. Don't know when it started to get so serious. Building up an illusion of a world full of trust. Moving on when everything's gone. It's hard to be strong. Confusion in my mind. No way to turn back time. My soul in need of remedy. Don't even know the enemy. When I feel out of touch, can't seem to get enough. Hiding away from everyone. I don't know where I'm coming from. It feels like it never happened. Maybe just a dream. Could it be my imagination running out of steam? All I know is every time I see you, I feel insecure. I'm unable to find the words. How can I be sure? I'm holding on when everything's gone. I've gotta be strong. Confusion in my mind. No way to turn back time. My soul in need of remedy. Don't even know the enemy. When I feel out of touch, can't seem to get enough. Hiding away from everyone. I don't know where I'm coming from. I fail to see right in front of me. There's a way I know.
Well, I'm starting to think those comments were correct about upgrading the drill. Yeah, this field took me a little while to drill, longer than I thought it would. I think it's getting close to a half an hour to drill this field. So, going from, I think this is an 18.5 meter drill, and I think the biggest one I saw in the mod hub was like 30 something, 30, 33, so not quite double the size, but pretty darn big. And that's going to require a lot of horsepower. But as for this hill here, you know, I may still have to use this setup here. We'll see how it goes. But maybe next episode when we do the harbor field, we could have ourselves a bigger drill and possibly a bigger tractor. See how much horsepower it requires. Let's see, I don't think I'm going to get that in one more pass going up, so I'll try to get it. Yeah, it's a little bit too wide. It's just a small triangle anyways. And I got like one little patch I would like to get on the upper part of the field. So you may have seen in that time lapse where I did have to refill the fertilizer in the drill one more time. But luckily we got plenty of seed to get the whole field done in one go. Now, even doing the field sideways, turning around is kind of a pain. But I guess if I were doing it going downhill, I'd be turning around going downhill. And right now I'm doing it turning around going uphill. But next July-ish, somewhere around there, yeah, we'll be harvesting wheat in this field. And I am really hoping for a big number. Now, when I mean big number, I'm guessing maybe 300,000. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. Crop rotation is going to be a little bit off because this part, it's kind of hard to imagine the way this looked just about a year ago in the game. But if we come over here, crop rotation's all right because it was fallow and then sorghum, so it's 104% expected yield. Crop rotation's 105. And then, let's see, what were we seeing here? We're going to see where it was fallow, and then that crop rotation probably be good. But that sorghum field went all the way up here, did it? Ah, yeah, so crop rotation is good there, so expected yield 112%. And then over here we had canola, so it's going to be follow canola. And I expect the crop rotation here, oh sorry, soybean is pretty good there as well. Let me just jump back into our Fent over here. Got one little small patch I'd like to get. Yeah, bigger drill. I was thinking, you know, we could wait a while to get that, but took a while to get this field done. So a bigger drill. I think we'll just go for the biggest. I mean, we got the money, so that's not the issue. It's a matter of, like, this field here, you know, it may be an issue going up that hill. I expect it to be. The other fields shouldn't be an issue at all. I'm going to park this right on over here. And we'll take care of it. Or I'll take care of it, I should say, later on. As that's folding on up, the last thing I need to do today, I'm not going to get to mulching the power line fields. I need to go on the animals because I'm pretty sure we got males in there. So we need to go ahead and sell those. Do we not have, let's see, one male, female, 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 female. Yes, we got 37 males. One male. Yes, we got 157 males in the ducks. That's folded on up. All right, so we got to take care of that down in the coops itself. They do need straw, but that's not a big issue. That's just for getting us manure, which I really don't care about, but we're going to do it anyways. There's that trigger here. Let's see, we got one male here. Where are the baby chick males here? 37, and sell those directly. There, that's, should have all females, one male. And now we'll go over to the ducks. I have not seen Liberty today, but as we know, Liberty has a big range that he can roam around on, so he's around somewhere. There we go. Here we go. That's what we need. And I think we got a whole bunch. I think we got more than 60, right? Probably. And another 60. Make sure I'm selling duckling males. That's what we want to sell. Duckling males. All right, that should get rid of all the males. All right, so nothing but females except for the one male. And we don't see, we're not going to see all the ducks, of course. You're not going to see all 2,000 here when they get in here. Where are the little chicks? Oh, we got a little chick right here. We'll have to give them some straw next time. But next time, like I said, maybe a bigger drill, a bigger tractor. And we'll be down in the harbor field, definitely planting barley in that. And then, of course, we got the power lines. We got to mulch that. And, of course, plant that as well. And I need to bring the Fent and the JCB on down the hill. But the hillside field is planted, and that's ready to go for next year. We will have to spray for weeds next month where the fields were previously. So not the entire field, just where the sorghum was and the soybeans were. And with our See and Spot sprayer, it shouldn't take us too long. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Oceanside Forest. But until then, have a good one.